Okay, Common Core Geo kids. This is Unit 8, okay, Lesson 2, Volume. So we're going to be reviewing how to find volume of three-dimensional shapes. Now, this is a middle school topic. I know it's taught in the regular 8th grade curriculum. But again, just because you were taught it doesn't mean that you learned it, nor does it mean that you remember it. Okay, volume. Volume is repeated area. So imagine you have, number one, in general, you need to understand what volume is. Imagine I have this 3D shape, and I want to talk about the volume of it, right? So, volume is repeated area. So let's say I filled up this base. Let's say this is the base. I filled it up over this distance. Okay? From here to here. So, in order to get the volume, the formula everyone seems to know, it's length times width times height. Well, let's say this is the length and this is the width and this is the height. The reason the volume formula is length times width times height is length times width is area repeated over height. Okay, so in general, when we have prisms, we say the formula for volume is B for base area times height. Okay, so as I do these formulas, I'm going to be putting them like this. I'm going to take the base area and put it in its own set of parentheses. Okay, so this is the rectangular prism. Okay, the cube. Okay, so your base is a square, which is edge by edge. And then the distance that you're repeating it over is also edge. So you get volume equals edge squared times edge, or edge cubed. So I did the base area times the height, and I get the formula E cubed. Most people tend to just memorize these formulas, okay, for a lot of them. Then we have the triangular prism. So all right, and just get rid of that little extra piece. So in order to get the volume, we would get the area of the base. Here's the area of the base. And we would repeat it over this distance. Here's your height. So you have volume equals the base area. Well, the base area is 1/2 base times height because it's a triangle. Let me make this a capital H so you guys don't get confused. This is the height of the triangle. This is the base of the triangle. Times height. All right? So you just have to be prepared to, figure these out. So let's say I gave you numbers here. So let's say the base of the triangle is 10. Let's say the height of the triangle, okay, we'll say it's 7. And then you have the height of the actual prism, which we'll say is 20. So this is capital H, this is lowercase h, this is B. And you just write the formula and you substitute in your information. So volume is 1/2 base times height, 10 times 7, times the height of the prism. So 35 times 20 700. And volume is cubic units, by the way. Units cubed. Okay, let's say you have a trapezoidal prism. Okay, yes, I know my pictures are not the greatest. I'm also trying to draw them, you know, at a reasonable speed here so it doesn't take you forever. All right. Anyway, so your picture doesn't have to look perfect. Just try to make it look as good as possible. So here for my trapezoid, I'm going to need my base 1, right? So let's say base 1 is 10. I'm going to need my base 2. Say that's 7. We're going to need our height. Okay, so we'll say this lowercase h is, we'll say 8. Okay, and then we have the actual height of our 3D prism, the distance from the front base to the back base. So the height is the distance from base to base. Distance from base to base. Okay, so let's say this is 30. All right, so you start off, volume is the base area times the height. But the base area here is 1/2 height, base 1 plus base 2. So you have that times the height. And then you just put in your numbers. So we have 1/2 times the height, which is 8, times base 1 plus base 2. All of that times 30. Okay, and we assumed you guys could figure this out. So we have 4 times 17. That's 68. Okay, times 30. I like to use the distributive property to show that it's actually useful. And your units are cubed. Let's say centimeters cubed, for instance. Let's say everything's centimeters. You have to be careful because sometimes they'll give you different units and you'll have to convert, okay, to the same thing. All right, that is volume of prisms. Now a cylinder. It's the same formula as prisms. Okay, so you have your radius. We'll say R is 5. Then you have the height of your cylinder. We'll say that that's 10. So the volume is going to be the base area times the height. But the base area, I think I said area. All right, is pi r squared. Okay, times the height. So we have pi 5 squared times 10, 25 pi times 10. I'm leaving it in terms of pi. This is called, I'm just going to pretend these are centimeters. It doesn't matter what they are, okay? You just have to make sure that they're the same units. So anyway, this answer is left in terms of pi. Okay, there's a pi key on your calculator. If they ask you to round to the nearest tenth or whole number or something like that, you'd be expected to use that. All right, so that's prism cylinders. And then we have pyramids. So pyramids, all right, and cones, both of these are going to be, okay, like prisms and cylinders, except that you're going to be multiplying by 1/3. So it's 1/3 the base area times the height. Okay, so let's say you have this rectangular pyramid here. Okay, so the height, they would likely draw the height inside, okay? So let's say the height is 10, and then we have this length, I'll say is 8, and the width is 5. So your volume would be 1/3 the base area times the height. 5 times 8, sorry. So anyway, so we have 40 times 10, so that's 400 over 3. You could leave it like that. There's nothing wrong with that. You could also convert this into a mixed number if you wanted to. All right, and the units would be cubed, whatever the units are. So this is a rectangular pyramid, sorry. Okay, so let's say you have a triangular pyramid. Sometimes they'll draw the height on the side. Sometimes it's difficult to tell what's what, quite honestly. All right, so we'll say this height is 10. But then we also have a height of the triangle for the base here. So you see the base? This is a height, but this is a different height. Okay? Say h is 5, and then we'll say the base of this triangle is 8. So we have volume equals 1/3 base area times height. That's 1/3. The base area is 1/2 base times height. And then we're going to multiply by the height, right? So I'm just replacing this capital B with the base area. So that's 1/6. The base is 8. Okay, the height is 5. And then the height of the actual prism is 10. Okay, so I have 40, so that's 400 over 6, or 200 over 3, same thing. Now you can leave it as 200 over 3, or you can write this as, let's see, 66 2/3, whatever the units are. Units cubed. Okay, the last thing we're going to look at is a cone. So a cone, again, is going to be 1/3 base area times height, but the base area is pi r squared. So I'd have to give you the radius. So let's say the radius is 8. Let's say the height is 10. So we'd have 1/3 pi times 8 squared times 10. So that's 640 over 3 pi. And you could definitely just leave it like that. And it would be units cubed. All right, kids, so this is how you find volume. I know I went fast, but you have the ability to pause. And for some of you, you may just have needed the reminder. Okay, but so far, both of these lessons are also taught in the middle school, this material. All right, kids, thank you very much. Oh, you know the one thing they can do, but I know they also do this in 8th grade, by the way, is they could put a shape within a shape, and you could find the volume of one shape minus the other. Or you could find the volume of shapes added together. So there are creative ways that they can force you into problem solving on this topic. All right? Thank you very much. See you in class.